It's that time of the year that everyone's going to be thinking about their holidays and planning it, but it's also this time of the year that everyone's going to be getting their beach body ready. It can be a complicated process, it can be a stressful process. Many different factors are included: diets, training and approach, and that's exactly where we're going to start from. One's ability to be able to carry this on for months of end to reach their goals can be quite tricky. You could be someone that doesn't really want to build muscle, just wants to lose a bit of weight, or someone that wants to look amazing. Nevertheless, the process undoubtedly starts in the kitchen. Training is also a vital component to getting beach body ready. The final consideration would be your overall approach. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this subject is I've had quite a history of prepping for various things such as photo shoots, bodybuilding competitions, or just generally rejecting from the fact of trying not to be a fat bastard for the majority of my life. Over the years, I've understood the processes and methods. I've understood how it feels like to feel depleted once you're on low calories, be it for a photo shoot or a competition, or just generally trying to look a bit good for the summer. So I believe in this subject there's going to be three groups of people, which I've listed in here. So group one is going to be people who just want to reduce a few inches on the love handles or belly. They're not interested in muscle growth. All they want is to look a little bit slim for the beach in summer. Group two people, however, are people more concerned with having some abs showing through and some muscular definition and looking somewhat lean. But group three, these are the people that want to look absolutely shredded and ripped for their summer holidays and with vast amounts of muscular definition as well. These are people that are essentially looking to get as conditioned as going in for a semi-photo shoot or perhaps even a semi-bodybuilder competition. So the first and most foremost aspect of this is undoubtedly going to be your nutrition. More specifically, ensuring that you are in a calorie deficit in order to lose the weight in the first place. There's many different diets, means and methods of way to achieve this. But if you want my approach and opinion on this, the most sustainable long-term approach to this is going to be the best way. Many of you may be tempted by fad diets, intermittent fasting or keto. However, realistically, these diets are not really sustainable, especially in any sort of 3 to 4 month ratios before your holidays. These methods can be quite awkward and may actually lead you in a worse place by the time you get to your holidays. Online and Instagram, Facebook and YouTube, you're going to hear a lot of people and coaches that trying to sell you their products and their programs are going to say things like, join me for this diet here that's fun and not boring. Unfortunately, most diets are going to be not fun and fucking boring. But the point mainly is hard work is required. If you're going to go into a diet thinking that there's ways to cheat it and it's still fun, you're going to be sadly mistaken. Sacrifices are going to need to be made. However, that doesn't mean that it has to be torture. Small changes, like cutting out takeaways throughout the week, hitting tiny little dense meal goals throughout the week, saving your Chinese, pizza or Indian nights to the weekends only and not undoing your week's past work will surely make all the difference. I have many videos on the nutrition subjects over on my channel, but a quick oversummary here. Focus on small, dense meals high in protein. The high protein content will satiate your hunger. Quality fats in foods like your monofats and saturated fats will also do this to some sort of degree. Carbohydrates also don't need to be cut out. However, if you're someone not in the gym resistance training and you just want to lose a bit of belly fat, then carbohydrates is probably not overly desirable and you can limit these, but don't completely cut them out. Again, we want to make this realistic. 5 to 6 small meals spread out through the day, not thinking too much deep into it. It doesn't need to be chicken and rice. Foods mix of oats and eggs and maybe pasta and maybe a bit of rice, a bit of sauce is okay here and there. Quality meals and high protein will surely allow you to reach your goals. Just ensure that these foods, ultimately at the end of the day, put you in some sort of caloric deficit. That's it. It's not rocket science. You hear every coach talk about it in every reel, short, or every YouTube channel you see. To lose fat, you gotta be in a calorie deficit. It's basically that simple. Now there is some more specifics to this with hormones and stuff, but for now, just focus on being in a calorie deficit and creating a realistic food plan approach. So for group 2 and group 3, if you want to achieve a muscular body, a gym or some form of resistance training is going to be a must. Here in the gym, you can perform cardio exercises, but the main bread and butter that you want to focus on, especially to highlight your muscles and to grow them in the first place, will be resistance training. Access to weights, machines, dumbbells, and barbells. Cardio is also essential. However, this can be done outside opposed to in a rack cage in a boring gym. However, the most important thing to focus on when you're dieting is focus on your main bread and butter sets, being the strength sets. Reduce junk volume. You don't need countless warm-ups, countless volume. Remember, when you're consuming less calories, your body is in burning mode. It will not discriminate what it burns. It could be muscle and fat. Make sure you prioritize the focus on strength to not give your body the excuse to burn muscle in the first place. Cut the junk volume out. Focus on the main bread and butter strength progressive sets. If you continue to do this while on a caloric deficit, you retain as much muscle as possible. But this is key to any prep, be it photo shoot or competition. Strength must be prioritized even more so at this point when your body is in a survival deficit calorie mode. So focus on the strength, try your best to progressively overload even though you're on restrictive calories, and cut down the volume. You want to reduce as much stress as possible because more cortisol, more stress will lead to more hypertrophy wasted of muscle cells, where you want to tap into burning body fat, not muscle. So let's talk about the approach. The approach is going to encompass both the factors that we talked about, the training and nutrition. The approach is going to be quite important. Now the approach is going to consider multitude of factors. It's going to consider the frequency at which you plan to exercise each week. Are these exercises circuit based? Are they heavy resistance training? Are the things that you can recover from? As I said, group 1 would benefit more from just general walking. Group 2 is going to be a group of people that would probably benefit from more of a circuit based general resistance training mixed with cardio. And group 3 are going to be people that need to focus solely on their resistance training, strong lifts, with a focus of considerable amount of manageable cardio that they can ultimately recover from, especially since being on such a deficit of calories. The approach to your diet and nutrition, like I said, is it going to be intermittent fasting, keto, Slimming World, paleo, Juice Plus? It's important that your approach is sustainable and manageable throughout these months leading up to your holidays. If you have kids, for example, like I do, is it manageable around them? Is it manageable around your partner? How can your partner support each other? How can you support your partner during this? How can he support you or she support you during this to make sure that you're accountable and you stay on your tracks and goals? Your approach is going to be exceedingly important on this. It will determine the success of this goal. If you want my last piece of advice, however, while it is important to set yourself goals throughout the year, and goals to look good during the summer is a good excuse to lose weight, but I would preface this. Don't let it stop there. Of course, in your holidays, you're going to enjoy yourself. You're going to drink lots. You're going to eat lots. And you're probably going to go back to the same weight you were on within 2 weeks of a holiday. However, the habits that you have built up during that period of time, use that as a discipline factor. And try to enjoy it, learn from it, and try to manageably and consistently long term carry on with it after your holidays. Because ultimately, if you do that every year, you're not going to have to go through a mad scramble of trying to get Beachbody ready, to which 50% of people don't even achieve anyway at the end of the day. What I would say is start small, have the small changes in throughout the week, be it one change of meal a day, one exercise session a week, build it up to 2, make it manageable. So within a daily life structure that you could see yourself doing this week in, week out, because that's how the long-term success and changes are actually made. How many times you can dig this hole for it week on, week out. But my ultimate best piece of advice for this, wait for it, is to like and subscribe to my channel. But no, please do like and subscribe if you like this kind of content. I have tons of my video on nutrition, training and betterment. Especially for people with kids as well. I know how hard it is. I have a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old with no support structure, just me and my partner. So I understand the difficulties that can arise from this as well. So please do like and subscribe, it does help me considerably. And comment below any ideas on your approach if you've got holidays booked, and what is your plan to get Beachbody ready. Until next time, I'm Card from the Ox Den. Have a nice one.